Hello, my name's Todd-Stanton, and I wanted to start this video by thanking the kind people at the Spark Children's Book Award for nominating not one but two of my books, Leo and the Gorgon's Curse and A Mouse Called Julian. I'm so thankful to be a part of this award, and it's so cool to see my books alongside such other amazing titles. Today I'm just going to do a short video on my thought process behind the making of this book, A Mouse Called Julian. So it came from a kind of YouTube wormhole I went down where I started watching videos of Arctic foxes hunting. And they hunt in a very specific and interesting way where they walk along the snow and using their incredible hearing, they listen for any tiny sounds of mice beneath the surface, and when they've scoped one out, they try and work out exactly where it's going to be in, and they leap directly up into the air and then down with head first straight into the snow so they can grab the mouse straight away. It's best described actually by showing you an image from this book. Here you can see the motion of the fox jumping straight down. So from there, I thought, what if the fox wasn't quite as clever as he thought he was and actually misjudged his jump slightly and then ended up getting caught in a kind of awkward situation where his head is stuck in the snow and the mouse is just looking up at him, bemused. So from there, the story kind of developed, and I thought, well, there are lots of times in life where you end up in a situation with someone who originally you really thought you might have hated or you disagreed with, but then suddenly you're forced to spend, a lunch break together because your friends are off sick, or, maybe you've even been very naughty and you both end up spending some time in detention together. And then you realise, hey, this person is actually a lot different than I thought they were, and maybe I've misjudged this person. And I thought, wouldn't that be an interesting story to do in this situation where you end up with a mouse and a fox, these two completely opposed creatures forced into the same space. So after I came up with that initial idea, I started to think about what I wanted the meaning behind the book to be. And I thought a lot about how I'm a bit like a mouse who wouldn't want a fox's head to come smashing in through my front door. I really love spending time on my own, and I can get into a mood where all I want to do is just draw and listen to music and be in my own space, and I find it very inconvenient if anyone wants to try and contact me. So I wanted to make a book that kind of dealt with that feeling of how it is amazing to have your own space, and I think everyone should be respected for wanting that, and I think it's a great thing, but also how sometimes it's nice to have someone to come in and mess up your own little world and show you that there's more out there. So that was my idea for the fox, and how the fox and the mouse's relationship would end up working together. Anyway, I'll read you a bit of the beginning of the story. So this is A Mouse Called Julian by Todd-Stanton. Julian had lived on his own for as long as he could remember, and that was the way he liked it. All the animals above ground tried to eat him, and all the animals below ground got in his way. Here you can see Julian in his little house, and then the rabbit warrens with all the other families living inside. So he made sure to avoid everyone. He knew how to dodge the rabbits, the moles, and the badgers. He knew how to hide from the farmer and her dog. He knew which branch to leap across to escape the hungry barn owl and get home safe. But Julian didn't know that he was being watched. That night, the fox crept up to Julian's house and, using all of his skill and cunning, smashed right through Julian's front window. And there you can see what I was influenced by when I was watching the videos of the Arctic foxes. The fox bared his teeth and howled and growled, but he couldn't quite reach Julian. The fox was well and truly stuck. "Pardon me, but you wouldn't be so kind as to help me out?" asked the fox. "Help you?" yelped Julian. "You just tried to eat me." "Of course I didn't. I was simply popping in to see if you're okay," lied the fox. "I'm not okay at all. Your big head is in my house." "Well, if you help me, I promise you will never see me or my big head again," pleaded the fox. Julian didn't want a fox in his house, so he went to help. He pulled the fox's tail, pushed his nose, and wiggled his ears, but the fox wouldn't budge. When it got to dinner time, Julian couldn't bear to watch the fox's sad, hungry eyes, so he shared what he had, and they talked and ate long into the night. The fox realised it was much nicer to eat dinner with Julian than to eat Julian for dinner, and Julian realised that having a guest wasn't so terrible. The next day, Julian tried a new plan, and with a bit of effort, the fox popped free. "Thank you," said the fox as he disappeared back into the woods. And I'll leave the story there. And I hope that makes you want to read the rest. Thank you once again to Spark Awards for shortlisting me. I'm really grateful. And I can't wait to see the winner. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a lovely day. Thank you. Bye.